Greetings and salutations on a most lovely Thursday, April 17th, 2025 in lovely North Carolina, Oxford, North Carolina, on a spring day, magnificent spring day. Yes, and the landscape is glorious once again. Anywho, let's see, time for the update. Big old pile of pallets this week, as usual. Well, shoot, this new camera, I can't pause like I could my old camera, so I guess you're just going to have to walk with me. Got plenty of good harvesters in there, incidentally. So, Gertrude's still standing, so are two of the house, and the greenhouse, and the water tower, and the shed, all good stuff. Titan is at 95%. Excellent. Elderberries are looking very vibrant today. We have some fresh sprouting going on in the figs. So the figs are on their way back. They're a little bit later than the others. Blueberries are looking great down there. See, strawberries. Strawberries looking great down there. Blueberries looking great over here. Fascinating difference in the color of the leaves. I wonder if that has to do with pH. I gotta do some reading about those. Anyway, they're looking happy. Everybody's healthy. See, bean plants are looking good. Rose coming along. Yep, everybody I planted last week looks nice. This is in fact a weed. Watermelons, good. Let's see, off to the greenhouse. But first, checking in on the potatoes. Potato tower is looking fantastic. So I think maybe, well, time to watch the video again. But it might be time to shake a little bit of soil and cover up those potatoes and the plants a little bit more, and let those plants start to root out and generate fresh spuds, so we can have a 100-pound spud tower this year. It'd be awesome. Hydroponics are looking pretty good. Yes, good. Good. Oh, somebody's getting big. Nice, very nice. Good. Excellent. Oh, very nice. I didn't fill those, I didn't fill that. Still alive. Doesn't look great, but oh, you look nice. You look gone. Nice. Good. Alright, so very positive. Got a vast majority of survivors from this week in the hydroponic system. We have some fresh sprouts here in the peat pellet area. Very nice. You guys need to come up. A little bit of sprouting going on here. I'd like to see. There's more. Oh, another one. Okay, good. Just gotta be patient. Farming is all about patience. See how you're looking over here. Nice. Good. Yep, some activity going on. Plenty left to go to. And let's see what else we got. Garlic's looking good. Happy. Kale. Yep. Doing your thing. I'll do some trimming here and let you get back to your springtime action. Fantastic. And alright. And so the raised beds are sitting there prepared and ready and waiting for something to happen. So I'm gonna have to plant from the peat pellets over here, because none of the seeds that I put into these beds, except for maybe that one, are anything I intended to grow in here. But once again, I said peat pellets this year, and peat pellets are holding true. So moving forward, what is the priority this weekend? Well, first, planting more in the hydroponic system and getting more of that filled up. Let's see, let me think about doing something with the spuds. I'll certainly be doing some tool migration. Gotta mow the lawn. It's just gonna have to happen. And of course, there's a lot of great harvesters here in the back of the truck this week, so I'll be spending some quality time breaking down pallets. And I don't have a time lapse of pallet breakdown, and boy, I've gotten really proficient at it. So yeah, I guess I'll make one of those this weekend. And of course, plenty of lovely bonfires. And I guess I'll let the big guy upstairs figure out the rest. because I have no idea what the priority this week is. But it's great to see the biogas digester inflating again, so it's not poisoned, and it's starting to resume, which means that I need to spend some time this year focusing on getting a compression system going so I can bottle that gas and make use of it this winter, because boy, that would be a sweet fuel independence achievement to unlock, and of course that is one of the objectives. And then of course I also want to spend some time building a solar still, but I also need to think about what I'm going to do to get this beastie filled up. And one of the first things I know I need to do is get a truckload of dirt in soil to fill these raised beds with. So so much to do. And oh, as you can see, my pallet harvesting is coming along. I also need to focus on getting a nice, steady, sturdy repository for all my lumber and timber and stuff. And I'd also like to incorporate the foundry into that. And so much more, so much to do out here, so much to aspire to, so much life to live. And 3 days a week, it's not enough, and that brings into account the fact that I need to get chickens. I gotta build me a chicken coop so I can have a steady supply of sweet protein, and can actually make the stretch of staying out here indefinitely. And boy, then progress would really accelerate. I'm thinking, that's my thought anyway. Anyway, I've talked too much already. It's a beautiful day, so I'm gonna go play, and God bless you, and see you, bye. And today, one thing I had to do is I have to replace one of my wheelbarrow tires here, and this guy kind of disintegrated. I just used it a week ago, 2 weeks ago maybe, and it's all messed up now. So of course, naturally we have the lovely convenience of being able to go to Lowe's and get us some replacement wheels that are universal. But with this one, I got to take out this inner race, and if we go refer to the directions, because I've never done this before, it tells me I can remove that 5/8 inch bearing by tapping on the back side of it with a hammer and a screwdriver. So I got my handy screwdriver and I got my handy hammer, and we're gonna do that. Don't know how to do this? You gotta hit both sides. Can't just hit one side and expect everything to work out great. And it looks like well, I'm gonna remove the whole bearing. I just want to remove the inner race. Where is that? This does not fit on the axle. The inner race may fit on the axle. So that's what it's for. Pushing. It fits my axle. Mind you, I've never done this before, so I have no clue what the hell's going on. Alright, so that big one fits. So this, I'm supposing, is going to become my new bearing. Let's see. Insert new bearing by placing a block of wood on top of pushing and hitting with a hammer. Okay, so I need a block of wood. God, I got plenty of that around here. Start whacking away. Maybe I need some more robust wood. So that's for the other side. This has the grease bit. It just started to grease. There we go. guys start. Now we got it. Aha! There we are. There's spacer. Uh-huh. I guess that should be just fine. Alright, well, there we have it. I need some needle nose pliers. And so, there we have it. Replaced the wheel. That's nice. Okay, so in an attempt to bend this copper pipe without the necessary appropriate tools to do so, I've gone online and found a couple of different methods that are supposed to work. And so I tried this method, the wrapping tube, and it kind of worked, sort of, but it's pretty difficult. And I did get some kinks up there in the line. And the line is now set up like this because of another method that I found, which was to fill the tube with sand and then proceed to bend. And so far, I tried that down there. It seems to be working out real nicely. So, to be continued.
And we have to prove data that shows why our points that we say what we are, and even they get misconstrued that, well, they're just incels, so they can't, they're not, where many of them are married, many of them are conservative, many of them have many reviews, they're just not adopting what's being spoon-fed them. And I think because of this adversity and because of this struggle to speak out the points, I think that's where we want the debate, we want the discussions, we want the arguments, and whether it's conservative, whether it's liberal or leftist or socialist or religious or whatever, so many of them just refuse to be to have that conversation because they're going up against someone that was forged in fire, you know, that has had those battles, had those arguments, has the data, has the knowledge, and at any point, if you start calling them out on any of it, bringing the math and the data and the logic behind it, I think most of them fall apart at this point.
Yeah,
and
they do. Well, you're right. Listen, not only are you absolutely right, but I don't even think you know how right you are here. So the truth is that these TradCons, the trad conservative side, right, and representation, have been so resistant to engagement inside of these spheres, whereas I had complete ease of access when it came to engaging with the manosphere in debate and in argumentation and things like this. In fact, they couldn't wait. Yeah, bring it on, right? Bring it on. And now there's plenty of pickup artist scumbags and things like this who I've decimated, and there's plenty of actual feminists inside the manosphere too, male feminists, who basically they're part of the promiscuity crowd. And left-wing men benefit from feminism in a big way, right? Because they like to have sex with lots of chicks. That's like their shtick. And the sexual liberation has been great for them. So of course they mobilize behind it and want to continue to push it up. That form of societal degeneracy. But they have been willing to, like, let's do this. And by the way, if you're uninformed on something or this isn't what they means, like, let me give you some clarity. Here's what we're actually saying, right? And if you don't strawman their position and allow them to lay it out, right, you find, wait a second, there's a lot more here than perhaps once we thought. You know what I mean? Right? No, it's not to say all the descriptors are correct. It's not to say that everything that's coming out of these spheres is right. This is not. But it is to say that it needs to be contended with. They just refuse to do it. It's because you can go ahead. If that happens, the worldview shatters and falls apart. And most of the base of this is based around egalitarianism, the ideas of egalitarianism. And this begins to shatter the picture, the perfect picture of society that really was.
Right. And ironically, so many, whether you want to talk about communities or news or media or whatever, mentioning the dating coaches versus pickup artists versus men going their own way versus TradCons versus really it's a multitude of different flavors of ideas. And when you really start boiling them all down, really most of it comes to the lack of respect for men, the lack of accountability and ability for men to do what they need to do, and the feminization of everything. And it really, because if you look at the pickup artist, it was men used to ask young women, and men the sand idea works fantastic, and that's just awesome. So we have lots of good curves, no kinks, and silence this shit I'm listening to. So like I said, the sand idea is fantastic. I got smooth curves, 180 degree shifts, and no special tool. And as you can see, every curve is nice and smooth. There's no kink. And yeah, thus begins the sincere making of a solar still. I'd like to tighten these bends if it's at all possible, but I don't know exactly how to do that. But the sand idea, fantastic. Didn't have to pack it or anything like that. This is the way to go for show. Peace.
Greetings and welcome back. It's Sunday, which is always a little sad because I got to go back to the city. So it's been a lovely weekend. A little bit of a recap of my activities. I did a whole bunch of harvesting from the big ass loads of pallets that I brought up with me this weekend, and I did ever so slight amount of tool reorganizing, moving things from over in the shed over to the tool shop so I can get more space in the shed for storage and more organized with my tools. And I did a whole bunch of planting this weekend into a large swath of peat pellets, and have been monitoring closely the sprouting and development of all the plants that I have already spawned. So this is I don't know, about 120 plants. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff in here. I really want to fill that hydroponic system, so I planted a bunch of rainbow chard and the butter crunch lettuce. Those will go into the hydroponics. And then I got some cucumbers, according to Mom, way too many, but that's okay. Cabbage, I'm going to try again this year. I did pretty well last year. Spinach and dinosaur kale. So they're all planted and are hopefully going to join us at the party here sometime in the very near future. The sooner the better. And of course, the more I continue to grow and develop in the conduct of the greenhouse, the more perpetuated, hopefully, most of my stuff will become, because I don't want to have to, replant everything every year. I want everything to just survive and keep on thriving and producing. And so, anyway, everybody in the hydroponic system, most everybody in the hydroponic system looks like they're coming along quite nicely. Plants are getting big and happy and healthy. And I planted the fresh row up here. Sometimes I wonder if some bugs are getting to some of my plants down here. I did catch a lizard in here. Oh, there's that lizard right here. What are you doing back in there? What on earth? So, apparently some creatures have decided to make a home of my hydroponic system, and that little lizard I caught yesterday, he couldn't get out of the cup, and just as you saw today, I had to help him out. Hopefully he'll learn his lesson. I doubt it, but you never can tell. And we got a whole bunch of sprouts coming up here, which is excellent. Always glad to see the watermelons and various other plants going on. So we got more sprouting going on, so these are moving forward. And let's see, the potato tower's looking pretty good. Potatoes are getting big. So I believe next week I'm going to have to come out and sift some soil over these, and I'll need to watch that video on 100 pounds of spuds and in a small 5 foot square foot area or something like that. Anyway, to get some pointers on the potato tower. And see, what else did I do this weekend? I spent a lot of time planting, a little bit of time moving, migrating stuff. Didn't spend any time up on the roof. The panels seem to be charging pretty well, and spent a good amount of time with pallets. Oh yeah, that's right. I made my first attempt at putting together a solar still, which I think will be a relatively good design, but I need a whole lot more copper tubing. And as I mentioned earlier, filling them with sand is a fine way to get bends in the line without kinking it, although it does take some practice because I've failed multiple times. And so this is moving forward, and ultimately what I'd like to do is have a nice big fat solar still that that heats the water into a steam, and have that steam channel funneled, you know, behind the house over to another water tower on the back side of the house with a potable water supply. And I think that will be a tremendous independence achievement to unlock, and then I can start focusing more of my attentions on getting the biogas filtered and bottled. So it's been a lovely weekend, fantastic as usual, nice and toasty, so it's a weekend of boxers. All that good stuff being said, thanks for joining. Enjoy the peace of nature.